Oh, what's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller. Every time I upload a video, doesn't matter if it's recorded, pre-recorded. Well, actually, that ain't making sense there. Sorry, I'm just a little tired. But anyways, doesn't matter if it's pre-recorded or one pertains with me doing it live and everything. This will be me letting y'all know. Sorry for the delay for my hiatus, but pertains to giving you these reviews and other videos that pertains to that I should have been working on. Pertains to from weeks, even years, way. But yeah, probably what that mean pertains to that. That will come very soon and eventually, and all that. Especially pertains to New Japan, to Ring of Honor, Lucha Underground, etc., etc. That has nothing to do with wrestling in a way. So, but there you go. But with that being said, welcome everyone to WWE ELIMINATION CHAMBER 2020 review. Even I just botched it in a way that sounded like I didn't know what I was saying. After saying that, but the show from March 8th, 2020 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I was gonna say Philadelphia. I don't know why, but again, bear with me. I'm tired. They're at the Wells Fargo Center with the attendance of 14,853 WWE fans in attendance, pertains to the brands of Raw, SmackDown, under the promotion of WWE Raw Wrestling Entertainment. So, with that being said, let's get to who's part of the show here, and then we can get to the show itself. You got Michael Cole, Corey Graves, as your SmackDown commentators. You have Tom Phillips, Renee Young, and Byron Saxton as your commentators. Now, usually we get Jerry King Lawler on commentary, but for some reason he wasn't able to do it. Even though I thought I heard him though, but then again I could be wrong. But I don't know. But it was like the Elimination Chamber was like about a week ago. So I could swear Undertaker was there. I mean Undertaker. I could swear that Jerry King Lawler was there. I meant to say. Cause I didn't hear Renee Young at all. So, but whatever. But anyways, Spanish commentators were there. German commentators were there. Greg Hamilton from SmackDown, who's the ring announcer, and Michael Rome, a Raw ring announcer. You had your interviewers in Caleb Braxton, Troy Caruso, and Sarah Stryper. And your panels for the pre-show was Jonathan Coachman, Charlie Caruso, David Otunga, and Peter Rosenberg. Fuck Peter Rosenberg, by the way. Moving on. I didn't watch the pre-show. I mean, the only time I did watch the pre-show is to see what was talked about, what pertains to I'm hearing about a review. Someone's review pertains to Elimination Chamber, and I had to see it for myself in a way, so I did. But I'll get to that when I get to it. But pertains to before the pay-per-view and basically after the pay-per-view, basically what pertains to but anyways, I'll talk more about that when I get to that subject. Anyways, we had the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar. They defeated Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder in a tag team match, 4 minutes and 50 seconds. That was the pre-show. Well, at least I know one thing: they didn't put Dan Bryan and Drew Gulak in the pre-show. And I was also worried I was going to put Andrade Cien Almas putting his United States Championship title on the pre-show against Humberto Carrillo as well. That wasn't the case either. But there you go. That was but yeah, the pre-show was a tag team match, a worthless tag team match that no one is even gonna remember anyways. So the opening show was Daniel Bryan versus Drew Gulak, a singles match that lasted 14 minutes and 20 seconds. I can't remember how this ended up happening, but based on what I heard on some reviews, because I don't watch Raw, I don't watch SmackDown anymore. And but pertains to Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak, they're both on SmackDown, so take it as it is. But I heard about that Drew Gulak saying stuff about Daniel Bryan being weak and everything. He got some weak he's got weaknesses that he can exploit on Daniel Bryan, and this is what led to a match here. It was like was made on that Friday, the Go Home Show edition of SmackDown for Elimination Chamber. Basically, last minute type of deal. Basically, they don't know what to do with Daniel Bryan. Let alone they don't even know what to do with Drew Gulak, who's barely on TV. But as far as this match was, and by the way, this is the hometown of Drew Gulak. He got a big reaction, but the one who got the bigger reaction was Daniel Bryan, obviously, because Daniel Bryan is still over. But the match itself was great. Opening match was great. It was all about pure wrestling, stiff, strong style in a way. Scary part was that Daniel Bryan took a German suplex that he basically landed right at the back of his head, and he still wrestled the match. I'm not saying it was a bad spot, but it was a spot that basically was scared that the living Jesus out of you, that. So was that for some people saying, was that necessary, and they were saying no, that was not necessary. To me, I was if Dan Bryan could take these bumps, then and I know, I get it. He's got neck issues back and nerves and all that, but he looks fine. He's fine. Take it as it is. And if something happens to him, they'll bite him in the ass, and then he will eventually retire very early. So, but for now, he's fine. In the end, it was Dan Bryan winning by being Drew Gulak by putting him in the yes lock. Drew Gulak, he didn't tap out, but he passed out, and that was it. So yeah, that was a great match. Then we get to Andrade Cien Almas being covered by Zelina Vega as he defends his WWE United States Championship against Humberto Carrillo, and it lasted 12 minutes and 20 seconds. Excuse me. This was also a good match too, and I was not expecting anything different out of this match, except for one thing: we've seen this too many times already. I don't mind seeing wrestlers going at each other every time, but when you do it, where it becomes basically overstays welcome and all that, it really does, like, okay, can we move on with something different now, and maybe you can come back to this later on, So that's how I feel about it. But yeah, this match I thought it was a very good match. In the end, it was Andrade Cien Almas picking up the win by pulling the tights, rolling him up and getting the win. So yeah, so now I want to talk about this part where it pertains to the subject that I want to talk about earlier. Zelina Vega and Andrade Cien Almas were being interviewed by Sarah Striver from the pre-show, where she's trying to ask them a question about I'm assuming it was something about what happened on Raw, or maybe something what pertains to Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo on the pay-per-view. But basically, she was commenting about her her words in a way to Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega, and then Zelina Vega cuts her up by saying something in the line of you asking these stupid questions and everything. And I said to myself, she didn't ask the question. Of what I recall, Sarah Striver did not did not even she didn't say. I mean, now I'm confusing here. I think I said she didn't answer a question. I think I said that. I don't know if I did say that. But if I did say that, I apologize. I think what I was trying to say basically was that she didn't ask the question. I think that's what I meant to say. I don't know if I did say that earlier, but now I have now I have short-term memories now. But anyways, but the point is, Sarah Striver was just talking about this whole thing with Humberto Carrillo and Andrade Cien Almas from Raw or from the pay-per-view, whatever, where it pertains to for the United States Championship title. And Zelina Vega cuts her out and saying, you asking these stupid questions and everything. And I say to myself, she didn't even ask you the question yet. And then after the pay-per-view was over, and I got to watch the post match of Andrade Cien Almas defending successfully defending his title against Humberto Carrillo. There she was again, Sarah Striver, who was asking, who's interviewing them at one point on the pre-show, and she did it again here, and she was basically commenting about what Andrade almost did by winning against Humberto Carrillo by cheating and everything. And then they're showing Vic once again. She's like, you keep asking these stupid questions and everything. And I was saying to myself again, but she didn't even ask the question yet. I don't know. But anyways, let me move on from that now. The important thing is Andrade almost won. And Selena Vega, her interview, I don't know what happened there, but I don't know why she couldn't just let Sarah Strapper just finish her sentence before start saying stupid statements. This is just saying. All right, Elimination Chamber match for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. That's at 32 minutes and 55 seconds. The participants were The Miz and John Morrison, who are the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, versus The New Day, Kofi Kingston and Big E. The Usos, Jimmy and Jey Uso. Even though I just already said the Usos. I'm sorry. Heavy Machinery, Otis and Tucker. The Lucha Trash Party, Gran Metalik and Lindsay Dorado. And Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. Order of eliminations. Well, first of all, let's talk about the first entries of the match. The Usos were number 1. The New Day were number 2. Number 3 was the Lucha Trash Party. Number 4 was The Miz and Morrison. Number 5, excuse me, was Heavy Machinery. And finally, number 6 was Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, excuse me, because Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode from SmackDown won the gauntlet match to get the advantage to come out last of the Elimination Chamber. And no, I didn't watch the show, because again, I don't watch the shows anymore because fuck WWE's main shows. That's one thing. And second of all, I just don't care anymore. The shows are bland. The shows are boring. They're terrible. They're not booked right. They're not booked to entertain me anyways. So why should I even care? But anyways, again, I listen to podcasts, reviews, and everything. That's how I find out. That's how I find about these things. And sometimes I'll look up myself. I don't watch anything on the shows to know what's going on in the shows. And you can do the same thing too. For the shows that you don't want to find out. For the shows that you want to find out about, those are the important shows that you don't want to know until you see it first, and then you can listen to reviews and all that. So, but for the shows that you don't want to watch, and you don't care to to watch it, you can always look it up. That way you don't because you don't care to watch the shows. You can just look it up and see for yourself, and you read for yourself to see what's going on in those shows. Just saying. But anyways, but just don't spoil it to anyone that do enjoy the shows. Just saying. But anyways, order eliminations now. Lucha Trash Party by pinfall by Heavy Machinery in 17 minutes and 15 seconds. Heavy Machinery eliminated by Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode by pinfall in 23 minutes and 45 seconds. Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode eliminated by the Usos by pinfall in 25 minutes and 15 seconds. The New Day eliminated by The Miz and Morrison by pinfall in 29 minutes and 5 seconds. And finally, the Usos eliminated by The Miz and Morrison by pinfall in 32 minutes and 55 seconds, which ended the match. And still, SmackDown Tag Team Champions, The Miz and Morrison. As far as the match was, I thought the match was a show stealer. I thought it was a good match. Despite the Lucha Trash Party being, the Lucha Botch Party. But they did some good stuff too. But besides that, good showing there for all teams. However, I kind of wish that Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode should have won this match. Where it to lean up to WrestleMania for their storylines to develop a little bit more of it. But they didn't want to do that because they got other plans for all this. And basically Heavy Machinery with Otis Tucker versus Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. We're taking something with Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. Now I don't know if that's still going on though, but we'll have to wait and see. But anyways, The Miz and Morrison don't care for them being tag team champions. this would have been a better story for the for Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode going up against Heavy Machinery or leading up to WrestleMania, where it's going to be about obviously pertains to all the Oldest, because Oldest is over with the fans and all that. So there you go. They could went with that route, where it pertains to having Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville involved in it, because they're part of the story too. How this man loves to we love to tell stories and everything, right? How the fuck do you not capitalize on this story? But whatever. After this match, this one match that died down for everyone was Aleister Black versus AJ Styles in a no disqualification match. With AJ Styles having Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson out there. That's at 23 minutes and 15 seconds. So AJ Styles and Aleister Black were having a good match to a degree. And the problem I have with this match though was that there's no disqualifications. AJ Styles had the OC of Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson out there, and they didn't even get involved. That they were acting like this was a regular match. There was a candlestick involved in this match though, if I recall, I think there was. I gotta look back at it just to remind myself here, because I think there's still chair involved too. But anyway, who cares? And then finally, the OC finally got involved, but way into almost to the very end, the tail end of this match, to finally get involved, where I saw Luke Gallows was punching. So the OC were beating down on Aleister Black, because Aleister Black, he's cornered. He's gonna get beaten up. So Aleister Black basically let them know, fight me. So they went to fight him, beat him up. Basically beat up Aleister Black. Except for one thing, Luke Gallows was beat up on Carl Anderson. Oh my god, that looked so funny. Oh my god, for those who saw that, you're probably thinking so. Oh, it's a turn. No, it was Luke Gallows botching it up. That's what it was. Oh my god. And in the end, we get a swerve, and we all kind of knew, and we kind of expected this too. The Undertaker shows up, and the crowds finally woke up because the Undertaker came out, who's an established legend in the business, and he gets Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, and you see no Aleister Black out there. AJ Styles was scaring for the from a forearm. Undertaker gets him, chokestands him. He gets out. OC is gone. Aleister Black's back in the ring. I think referees at one point was gone too, by the way. I can't remember, but anyways. But then Aleister Black goes for the black mask, which AJ Styles did still very well, and Aleister Black is the win. There you go. Match you could take it as it is. Some people say it's boring. Some people say they couldn't get into it. I thought it was good, but yeah. The Street Profits. But I mean, the reason I thought it was good because AJ Styles and Aleister Black were having a good match in a way. The problem is it's supposed to be no qualifications. You got the OCs out there, so I don't know. So I guess some people it feel like it goes a letdown. To me, I was like, I'm half in a way of it, but I still enjoyed the match though. The Street Profits, Angel Dawkins and Montez Ford, defends their WWE Raw Tag Team Championships against Seth Rollins and Murphy. 18 minutes and 30 seconds it lasted. Now, the Street Profits became Tag Team Champions. I saw a clip of it on YouTube, reference to Raw, because I heard they want the tag team titles. So I watched the clip of it on the YouTube channel to see if, how they won. And obviously, they didn't win fairly, but they still won. But the crowds loved it. Great. Good for the Street Profits. Props to them. However, this match, I couldn't get into it. This was a Raw match. This did not need to be on the pay-per-view. Why was this on pay-per-view in the first place is beyond me. In the end, it was the Street Profits winning. And by the way, yeah, AOP involved a little bit. And then the Viking Raiders came out from catering to go after them. And then Kevin Owens came out with a popcorn, distract Seth Rollins. So that's what basically another distraction for the Street Profits to win. And then after the match, Kevin Owens stuns, basically KO stunner on Seth Rollins, and that was it. Matt didn't care for the match. Then we get to this next match, a 3-on-1 handicap match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship, which I totally forgot all about too. So, 8 minutes and 30 seconds. It was Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Cesaro versus the Intercontinental Champion, Braun Strowman. You heard me right. They took the belt off of Shinsuke Nakamura, my favorite wrestler of all time, Shinsuke Nakamura, the King of Strong style. My favorite wrestler lose to Braun Strowman. I heard about it. I knew it was going to happen. This is just WWE's way to put a belt on Braun Strowman, even though that belt is supposed to be for a workhorse wrestler. Braun Strowman, to me, is not a workhorse. Is he good in the ring? Yes. But Intercontinental Championship titles are supposed to be for workhorses. Braun Strowman is not one of them. Cesaro is one of them, and he's not even the Intercontinental Champion. Shinsuke Nakamura is one of them. He proved it in New Japan as well, and he could have proved it a lot more in WWE, but WWE doesn't want to give him that opportunity, or they don't even care to give him to even try to give him that opportunity. Sami Zayn is a workhorse too. Problem is, he don't win anything. He can't win anything in WWE or just win championships. So this match, it was boring. I didn't care for this match at all. In the end, it was Sami Zayn getting the win, and that kind of caught me off guard a little bit. But at the same time, I was bored of the show at this point. And I said, so could we just get to the women's match already? So Sami Zayn is the new Intercontinental Champion. Good for him, by the way. I'm happy for him, but at the same time, it's WWE. I just wanna punch something, This company pisses me off. You know what? Just let me just say this. Thank God for AEW. Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Raw Women's Championship No Contendership match. That's what I meant to say, by the way, folks. The Women's Elimination Chamber match, I meant to say. 21 minutes it lasted. Here are your participants. Ruby Riott, excuse me. Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Natalya, Asuka, and Shayna Baszler. Your order of entry was Natalya, number 1, Ruby Riott, number 2, rehashing their rivalries from last year, well, 2018, I should say. Sorry about that, folks. Sarah Logan, number 3. Shayna Baszler, number 4. Liv Morgan, number 5. And finally, Asuka was the last one in. Order of eliminations. Shayna Baszler eliminates Sarah Logan by submission in 7 minutes and 50 seconds. Shayna Baszler eliminates Ruby Riott by submission in 8 minutes and 15 seconds. Natalya gets eliminated by Shayna Baszler by submission in 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Liv Morgan gets eliminated by Shayna Baszler by knockout by being put in the Karakula clutch in 15 minutes. Basically, Liv Morgan lasted. Well, actually, I won't say she lasted a little long. She lasted longer because I'll get to why. But I'll say one thing. She did pull up a hell of a fight against Shayna Baszler until Shayna Baszler took care of her. And basically, what I mean by that is that she basically cracked her right into the Pepsi glass. Sick. But Liv Morgan, she took it though. Very proud of her, very proud of her. Very proud of her. Trying to get the words out of my mouth. Yeah, if I could spit it out, But yeah, Liv Morgan, she ends up getting back up though to go after Shayna Baszler. But in the end, Shayna Baszler gets the upper hand. And then finally, Asuka eliminated by Shayna Baszler by a knockout. Asuka then, in the Karakura clutch. Basically, both Liv Morgan and Asuka did not tap out. But Sarah Logan, Ruby Riott, and Natalya did. Which means WWE does not give a fuck about Liv Morgan, not even Ruby Riott, and especially not Natalya. But they gave Liv Morgan a push. So they in a way, they made her look strong. They're protecting her. And Asuka is also being protected and looks strong too in a way. But Shayna Baszler wins, as we all predicted, as we all knew it was going to happen, because Shayna Baszler attacked Becky Lynch, so we all knew it was going to be Baszler versus Becky even before she attacked her on that Raw episode. Where it pertains to buying her. So stupid. Anyways, as far as this match was, I thought this match was okay. Should have been the main event. What's the problem? These matches that didn't need to be on the show, like for example the handicap match, the tag team match for the tag titles, and AJ Styles and Aleister Black in this no DQ match, they could just scrap that. They could just put on their on their main rosters instead of on the pay-per-view. That way, you could at least give a fuck about the women's in this one, making Sarah Logan look strong in a way, Ruby Riott look strong in a way, Natalya look strong in a way. But instead, you had them, just Shayna Baszler, killing like that. And hey, Shayna Baszler, I'm fine for killing her opponents. The way they did it, it was boring. And on top of that, Shayna Baszler was waiting for Liv Morgan to come out of her pod, which took way too long. And then same thing with Asuka too, after Liv Morgan was gone. Way too long. To a point where fans didn't care. WWE, I don't know what to say about them anymore. I don't know what to say about them anymore. It's like they're not even trying to excite us anymore. They're not even trying to invest our times to entertain us anymore. They think this. They call this entertainment. This is what entertainment is all about in WWE. Boy, WrestleMania is gonna be something, isn't it? Especially where they're gonna be in a small venue. And with no crowds too. Which is unfortunate, but hey, that's the way it is in the world. Life's not, this man always says life's not fair. Well, guess what, Vince? Right back at you. Life's not fair. Life sucks and then you die. And that's a quote from Vince McMahon. Take it as it is. So, that being said, my overall rating for the show, 4 out of 10. Boring show. This was skippable. And this is one of the worst Elimination Chamber pay-per-views I've ever watched. And with that being said, well, actually, before I go, I forgot to read it. I forgot to give you this. In a way, my highlights of the night. Swerve of the night, Undertaker. Shock of the night, Otis. More chance to him crashing to the plexiglass. Not just do the one that was closed, but the one that was also that looked like it can't be breaking through until he did, and he got out of the ring. So I thought that was a cool spot. Promos of the night, Street Profits, which was good because they want to smoke. Still don't know what they mean by that, but okay. Video promos, Women's Elimination Chamber match, despite how the match was. Moment of the night, Daniel Bryan gives yes props to Drew Gulak because of their match. Entrance of the night, Aleister Black. Move of the night, Aleister Black's diving knees. Finish of the night, Aleister Black's Black Mass. Performance of the night, or performances of the night, Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak. Show Stealer, the SmackDown Tag Team Championship Elimination Chamber match. Brutal match of the night, AJ Styles vs. Aleister Black. And finally, match of the night, Daniel Bryan vs. Drew Gulak. There you go. Like I said, show 4 out of 10. boring show, sucky show. Take it as it is. That being said, thank you for watching for It's Not Your Boring Driller, saying peace on streets. This was your WWE ELIMINATION Chamber 2020 review. And that being said, folks, you all take care, stay well, stay safe, especially when it pertains to this whole coronavirus. Just saying. Stay in peace. I'm out. And take care.